Wow, it's hard to believe again tonight. It's another night as we go through Bible study, but as you know, we're talking about doing it in a non-traditional way. Non-traditional way is more of an application of how we're going to apply the words and all, and also empowerment and how we are going to grow. Tonight, we're so blessed to have Megan with us. Megan, I am so excited about seeing you and Megan. So Megan, tell us your name, your organization, where you're from, and what you're doing. Yes.
Yes, well, thank you so much for having us here tonight. I am Megan Eilenberger, and I'm the program director with a local organization called Dress for Success Triangle. We are a nonprofit that works to empower women to achieve economic independence by providing a network of support, professional attire, and development tools to help women thrive in work and in life.
Megan, that's so much. How do we unpack all of that? I mean, it just sounds like anything with a young lady that you basically do. So can we dissect that? So I understood that you were trying to do empowerment and you're just trying to help them. So how do we navigate? So you're just there to help young ladies. And what are some of the things again that you're doing? I want to make sure they hear all of those.
Right. So we're fortunate that we are part of a global organization. So Dress for Success Triangle is part of 150 different affiliates in 25 countries across the globe. We've been here in the Triangle since 2008. We serve about 1,500 women every year, and we were lucky enough just to serve our 20,000th women just this past July. And we do that by providing a suite of services on an individual and a group basis, now in person and also virtually, so that we can meet each client and meet her needs where she is. And those services help women gain confidence. They help them work towards self-sufficiency and work to help them build both their professional and their personal network. So at the core of what we do, obviously we're called Dress for Success, so is providing women professional attire in the form of interview suits, and we suit women from head to toe for their upcoming interviews and their job searches. And of course, when they find employment, we give them a week's worth of clothing. And this is everything from professional attire for a business setting to jeans if they work in a warehouse setting, or scrubs if they work in a medical setting. And wow. Our clothing services, all of our clothing services are complemented by one-on-one career coaching, which arguably may be more important than the clothing piece of it. So our career coaching is where our volunteer career coaches provide one-on-one assistance with resumes, resume enhancement. They help the women practice interview questions, create elevator speeches, and how they're going to present themselves to the employers. And they even can help our clients negotiate salaries and benefit packages. And then all of those individual services are we have wraparound services that include a group program. We have webinars, and we have a career pathways program that we introduced last year to help women who are transitioning from one industry to another.
Megan, that's still a lot. I mean, when you say that, I just thought when you just started describing that, so basically I realized I need a job. And so we can talk about multiple areas, because it seems like this is not a one fit all. It is one of those that it is specific for my needs, whatever those needs are. So if I've been applying, but I'm not getting anything back, meaning there are no employers that are actually responding, how can you help me from that area?
Well, according to most statistics out there right now, 85% of jobs are filled through networking. So if you're taking the traditional approach of sending in your resume and not hearing anything back, that could be one reason why. But other than that, there may be significant reasons why you haven't heard back. And that's why it's really important for folks to meet with a career coach so that they can isolate and pinpoint where they may be having trouble, because they often don't have the opportunity to hear from the employer, why are you not calling me back? So if they meet with a career coach, it may be that their resume, they can help them discover that their resume doesn't match the job description that they applied for. Ultimately, they may not really qualify for the job that they have applied for. It may be simply that the job that they had applied for is now closed. The employer might just be getting swamped with applicants. But that, ultimately the career coach can help break down the steps that she has taken to apply to the job and try to figure out where there might be some issues. We at Dress for Success Triangle, through our group program, the Going Places Network, also provide mock interviews. So these are conducted with our corporate partners and organizations, and they're an excellent opportunity for women to not only practice their interview skills and network, but to get that feedback from an employer on her answers and on her resume. So that is the chance for, hey, I have been applying and I haven't heard anything back. Where is it? Where's the problem? Can you tell me from an employer's perspective where my issues might be? And that practice that we do and that service that we offer provides that opportunity.
Wow. So I even heard you say resume. So because almost everyone now wants a resume. So if I don't have a resume, you can help me with a resume also.
We do. Every woman that comes through Dress for Success leaves with a resume, even if she doesn't think that she has a lot of experience behind her. We can help her create a resume.
Is there an age?
And I was just going to say, resumes are so important to supplement the application, because they're your opportunity, or the clients and the applicant's opportunity, to showcase a person's skills and their accomplishments and their strengths. And they just go beyond so much more of the application. And ultimately, it's your opportunity to show the employer what you're capable of. So, and really anybody, even we see a lot of women who come from all kinds of backgrounds. So we have women who may have been out of the workforce for a long time because they were stay-at-home moms, or they have overcome addiction, or they've been homeless, and so they've had big gaps in their resumes, or they're coming from another country, or they're young and they're just getting out of school and they don't have a lot of experience. But everybody has some experience that you can draw on, and has strengths and skills that you can draw on and highlight and focus on in a resume.
Wow. So even if I don't think I have the experiences, talking with a career coach is going to help me to figure out what those experiences are. And then I guess there's assessment. Well, what if I don't even know? I know I need to work. I know I want to do something meaningful, but I don't know what that is. Are you able to help me that career coach able to help me hone in on maybe what are my strengths and weaknesses? I think that's what you just talked about.
Yeah, we do a little bit. And I think that's where our classes come in. So our Going Places Network, in that class, you meet other folks and you get to connect with many employers in the area so that you can explore what different opportunities are out there and ask folks, I do have an interest in this area. What is it like? Our Career Pathways to Confidence program is designed specifically for women who are transitioning from one industry to another. We've really seen in the past, particularly in the past 2 years, many, many women who are considering career changes. And so that program focuses on and has a panel every month that focuses on a different industry and brings in experts from that industry to share the skills that are needed to transition into that industry and to succeed in that industry. So next week, our panel is focusing on the industries of government, education, and human services. And we have experts from those 3 fields who will come in and theoretically we'll have clients who we might have somebody who is a nurse and with 20 years of experience, but doesn't, especially from the past 2 years, wants to get out of healthcare, which is understandable. But she, maybe she discovers that she has great organizational skills and great people skills. Well, she might find a great home in one of those other 3 industries. And so she'll learn that at this career panel. And then we follow up the panel in 2 weeks with a job fair, an industry specific job fair in these fields with opportunities for them to apply to. So this program is designed for people like that, to give them some sort of direction.
Wow. I mean, when I think of it, I think of turnkey. That's what I think of what you're doing. I mean, because if I know what I want to do, you're going to help me get there. If I don't know what I want to do, you're going to help me get there. And then you're going to give these classes. And what I also often hear are, I think that in my age group, not your age group, Megan, my age group, I think that what we started, whatever we started, many of us actually retired in that career. And I think that has totally changed. Am I correct? Is it the lifer that's going to be a teacher for 30 years, or has that changed?
It has completely changed. 58% of the women that we're serving this year are 50 years or older.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're seeing, and on average, the average age is really between 40 and 60. And we're seeing so many women who are either very, very close to retirement or are coming out of retirement or are in their 60s and 70s who are looking for part-time or even full-time work. We just worked with a woman who is 80 who got a full-time job at Duke. So it's the landscape.
Wait a minute, Megan. I think I hear static. I think I hear static because I thought I heard you say 80.
I did. Isn't that unbelievable? Yeah. I mean, the employment landscape in so many ways is changing, and that's one of the ways. And so we're in fact offering and are really pleased to be able to offer and partner with the AARP to offer a digital literacy class starting in a couple of weeks, because that's been one of the barriers, just serving more and more women, particularly, we serve women. So women over the age of 50 who lack digital literacy skills. And so hopefully by providing this class will bring some folks up to speed so that they have more access to jobs.
Wow. And so you talked about, now I got the classes, I'm going in, but what if and you've alluded to it already, you've already talked about if I'm shy, I'm just introvert, I like just being with 1 or 2 people, but I got to go to a panel. What are some of the things that you do to help me strengthen my, for the lack of word, people skills?
Well, I would say 99% of the women who come to Dress for Success come with various levels and varying levels of a lack of confidence. So anyone who is doubting herself is in the same boat with everybody else that comes to Dress for Success. So I think because we work with women where they are, and we identify what their needs are where they are, we are able to teach them various skills that they can use and different tips and tricks to boost their confidence. You wouldn't believe the change that we see in women when they first come into our door, walk in our door. They're often, their heads are low. Their physical, how they're carrying themselves is, they're kind of cowering or just kind of, protecting themselves when they come in the door. But after they leave with a new suit on, we suit them head to toe, a pair of heels, and more importantly, a great shiny resume that speaks the truth and speaks who she is and has all of her strengths and her skills. I mean, and I've been here for 13 years, so I was going to say 9 times out of 10, but it's really 10 times out of 10. She walks out with her head held high, her back is straight, and she has a smile on her face. I mean, it's every single time. And what's more important is it is not the suit and the resume that makes the difference. It's the time that she has spent one-on-one with our coaches. It's that hour and a half that she has spent with another person who has asked her questions about herself, who has given her time to find out what her real strengths and her skills are, and who has been able to draw those out. And that's what really, in the end, makes the difference.
Wow. So Megan, if I was if I was talking to someone and you were talking to them today, and they were like, look, I've been out of the workforce. I'm nervous about going back in, and I don't know if I can do this. What would you say to them?
I would say if it's a woman, try out one of our services. So we have webinars that they could go to if they're too shy or hesitant about coming in for a full service. Check out one of our webinars. You don't have to be on camera for one of those. We provide webinars on Wednesdays at 10 and 2 on a variety of career and professional development topics. Just start to get your feet wet in something, or go to one of our other virtual programs. Our services are provided, our career and our image coaching services are provided virtually and in person. So, if you're more comfortable in person or virtually, we have those options. We just heard today from one of our services is a clothing kit. So we do have women that have the barrier of transportation and they can't get to us. They may be geographically located, an hour away from us, and so they can't get to us. And so we will send them clothes through the mail. And wow. we did hear from somebody today who, when she opened up her package of clothes, was so overwhelmed by the gift that she cried. But she also said that she would have been too shy to come into our office. So this was the perfect foray into our services, and now she might have the confidence to actually come to our office for a suiting after she received that. So try it out. Take baby steps.
Wow, I just see that just seemed like you're dressed for success. Of course, you said you've been around for years. You're 20,000th young lady that you've been able to help here recently, if I remember correctly, in July. But this is just unbelievable. Of course, we got your information on the screen. They're being able to see all of this. Your times, what times are you, is there someone there? I know we talked about the webinar, but a physical person that you're at, and I think you have multiple sites. Am I correct in this area?
That's right. Yep. So our Raleigh location is, this is a hard question to ask because things change all the time.
Absolutely, we got it.
No, I got it though. I can give it a try. Our Raleigh location is open on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 4 to serve women, and it's open the second Saturday of the month as well. Our Durham location is open. And the Raleigh location is located at 1812 Tillery Place in Raleigh. Our Durham location is 1720 Guest Road and is open on Tuesdays from 10 to 4 and Wednesday morning, and also the second Wednesday of each month. We are opening up a location in Wilson County on Goldsboro Road, and that will be open sometime in November or December, we're anticipating. But as you mentioned, all of our services are also available virtually. And so all of those webinars that we've provided, the job fairs that we've done, the Career Pathways program, all of those recordings are on our website. So anybody can access those at any time or sign up for future ones as well.
Megan, it just sounds like you all have really thought about this, well thought out plan that we're just trying to do the best we can to do it. Well, I grew up with understanding that appearance was everything. Is that still true when I go in for that interview?
Well, everyone's heard, that old adage that it takes 7 seconds to make a first impression. So, and it's really interesting because, over the past 2 years, most interviews have been conducted virtually. And so I think overall appearance and dress, particularly in interviews, has become a little less professional. But that's one of the things that we have been hearing from our corporate partners, is that they definitely are still looking for professional dress in interviews. So yes, appearance absolutely does matter in an interview.
So probably not wearing a t-shirt and that type thing, or having one of those coffee commercial where unfortunately I forgot that the camera was on and I probably didn't have on the proper dress, that type thing.
Right. And it's really important, especially if you are doing a video interview, to there's all the whole, not only how you're dressed from your waist up, but also to be mindful that you are on camera and your background. And if you did only dress from your waist up, not to accidentally stand up if you have something on.
That probably wouldn't be good.
or in the animals and kids and all that kind of thing. So all of that is, we've introduced that in the past 2 years, along with interview etiquette.
Wow. I also, so now I get the job, but I think I heard you say something earlier which blew my mind. I understood that you would help me go through the process, meet with a career coach, get a resume, and even give me clothes to go for the interview. But if I get the job, I think I also heard you say that you would give me, I can get up to 7 or a week worth, not 7, but I'm just going to say a week worth of clothes.
That's right. So, we want women to show up really great at their first week at work. And so once they get a job, they can return to the office for, we do a couple of several tops and several bottoms, and we mix and match, and the coach will show her how to mix and match. We'll show how to mix and match those with her original interview clothes that she got when she first visited Dress for Success Triangle as well. And the idea is that at the end of her first week, she'll get her first paycheck, and then she'll be able to afford more clothes after that. But at least she has something to start her first week's week at work. And interestingly enough, over the past 2 years, our suiting services have really decreased over the past 2 years because of all of the video interviewing and the work from home that people have been doing. Not our career coaching services; those have continued, but the suiting services have really decreased, except for employment suiting. So we've been doing a lot of employment suiting, but I think where it really comes in handy and where we've really seen it be very, very helpful for folks is I mentioned the scrubs. So we do provide, there's a lot of women in this area who go into healthcare, and we provide scrubs for those women. We do, I don't know how many, we do a couple of sets of scrubs every week for women. So.
Wow. So even if I decide to go into the health field, I need scrubs and that's a whole lot to start off with. And so it just seems like, Megan, you have gone in and tried to, Dress for Success has tried to come in and remove as many barriers as possible.
That's right. And we want her, especially when we're providing the employment close, to be successful at her job. So if we can help her do that at her first week, then we're there.
Now, I'm going to ask a question because I know I got some men on the line also. Because this right here, it sounds great that you're going to career coach, you're going to close, resume, all of these. Is this just for women though?
So here in the Triangle, Dress for Success works with women or anyone who does identify as a woman. There are affiliates there are other affiliates who do serve men as well. Dress for Success Miami does serve both men and women. And there are other organizations here in the Triangle that provide similar services to Dress for Success Triangle to men. Fathers Forever is one. Step Up Ministry is another. So I've heard of some of those.
Wow. So I just wanted to know, because I know there was some guys up there saying, hey, help me out. I guess as we draw to conclusion, you talked about your career coaches were volunteers, if I understood that correctly. So what prereqs or anything like that would I need to have to become a volunteer?
Our career, all of our services are provided by volunteers. So the women are image coaches, the women who dress our clients are volunteers, our career coaches are volunteers. We have volunteers that run our donation centers. We have volunteers that operate in numerous capacities. And as a matter of fact, so far this year, we have welcomed over 400 new volunteers to Dress for Success Triangle, and are fortunate enough that, yes, it's unbelievable. But we're fortunate in that 277 of those are, an additional 277 are volunteers who are constant and continual volunteers. So those are ones that have been with us. They've been with us for years and years and years. I have volunteers that are running a program tonight on another virtual platform right now who have been with us since 2010. So, 12 years going on. Yeah, we're so fortunate. And for the most part, there are no prerequisites for our coaches. Most of our volunteers and our coaches tend to be retired women. They can be men too, but we just tend to have a lot of women. They tend to come from professional backgrounds. We do an orientation, and we do training and shadowing, particularly with our coaches. Who are working directly and one-on-one with the clients and the women. But it's just wonderful because they're able to bring in all of varying expertise and skills that they have gained throughout their work histories and their careers. And it just adds so much value and depth and expertise to the women who come to Dress for Success, who are looking for work. It's really amazing.
Wow. I guess my last thing I want to say, two things then. One, young ladies who, and I say young lady, that's for all ages. I say that, but they're in the closet, they see tags on the clothes and they say to themselves, hey, I'm probably not going to wear this. That's a great person that can donate to Dress for Success. Am I correct?
That's right. We are always in need of purses and handbags. Every woman that we serve gets a purse or a handbag. So we're always in need of those. Our women tend to wear a shoe size that is 10 and larger. So we're always looking for shoes that are 10 and larger, and tend to be looking for clothes that are size 18 and larger. But we do accept most anything. There are some things we don't accept, like we won't accept wool clothes because, we do live in North Carolina, right. and other clothes that are hard to take care of. But we do have those guidelines on our website, and we are taking donations on a monthly basis, and those dates are listed on our website.
Wow. Megan, it's been great being with you. My last thing I probably need to say is we're in North Carolina, we're in the Triangle, got all of these college students who have gone to college and about to graduate or doing some other things. Do you help college students also? Absolutely.
Yep. The youngest we help is age 16.
Oh, wow. So realistically, if you're a young lady, you want to work, Dress for Success is here for you.
That's right. We are. Our website, is dfstriangle.nc.org, and people can refer themselves if they like. They can also be referred by another nonprofit agency. And again, I think the best thing about Dress is that it's a menu of services, so you can find out what's right for you. So, perhaps for somebody coming out of college, maybe clothing might be good. She might need professional clothing, but they might really also tune into the webinars that we have. I think somebody who is in her 50s and transitioning into a different industry, our Going Places class, network class, might be the right fit for her. So I think that's really one of the best things about us, is that we can provide services, in person or online, and they're really catered to meeting the needs of each individual that comes to our doors.
Well, Megan, I want to say thank you tonight for being with us. A lot of information. We've got to unpack all of that. I just want to encourage everyone, go online. We've got the website. We want you to be part of that. Young ladies, this is a great opportunity for you to do it. And we didn't talk about it being free, but I think it's free, which is important. Megan, again, it's been great talking to you tonight. Thank you for all that you do. And thank you for being a blessing to this community in the Triangle. Well, you all, it's been a great night. We've had Megan with us from Dress for Success of Triangle, and I look forward to seeing you next week. To God be the glory.